Here with us is border czar Tom Homan. Tom, your reaction to the anti-ICE idiots blocking that child rape suspect was wanted in Mexico for child rape from being arrested. As I mentioned in the angle, it took a month instead of just a few days to nab him.
Well, that's, I've been out against sanctuary cities over 10 years because we know they're releasing public safety threats back in the community. And these agitators are out there interfering with ICE operations. I can't tell you how many serious public safety threats and national security threats escaped because that heads up were there, whether the whistles or the screaming or, you and I talked about this about a year ago where AOC was saying, well, I want to educate my constituency about their constitutional rights. What she was actually doing is educating them how to evade arrest. Don't answer your door. You have the right to do this, right to do that. And Massachusetts, what we're talking about right now, about a year ago, I gave a speech at CPAC, and I was angry at the speech because just before I gave that speech, I read a list of the 10 worst criminals we took off the streets of Massachusetts. Eight of them raped children. So the agitators don't. If they understand it, then they're just idiots. But they need to understand 70% of everybody arrested a public safety threat or a criminal. That's who we're going to arrest. And Schumer out there saying that ICE is terrorizing communities. No, the people we're arresting are terrorizing communities, and that's why we're out there putting our lives on the line to arrest these people and take them off the street, make this country safer again.
Now, a new survey found there's a massive partisan chasm on the immigration issue. 78% of Republicans approve of President Trump's immigration policies. Only 11% of Democrats. That's a 67-point difference. Tom, why are Democrats really, really against border enforcement or deportation of any kind?
Because we're ruining their long-term plan. They have a long-term plan. Open the border up, bring over 10 million, probably close to 20 million illegal aliens into the country. And hoping during the next administration, the Democratic administration, all of a sudden we got amnesty. All of a sudden everybody gets amnesty. They think they're future Democratic voters. But remember, when Joe Biden opened the border up, he also overturned the Trump census rule, and that way illegal aliens, and millions of illegal aliens in sanctuary cities, they'll be counted in the census. What does that result in? More seats in the House for the Dems. They sold this country out for future political power. They saw future political benefit in doing this. And as we're removing record numbers of these people, they're mad. They're pissed off because we're ruining their long-term plans for power for decades to come. But we're going to keep arresting. President Trump promised a mass deportation. That's exactly what we're going to do. And I don't think we're going to lose the White House anytime soon. So we're going to keep doing it.
Do you think right now we are doing enough to arrest and prosecute those who are impeding ICE? Because they think they have the playbook down pat, Tom. They do what they did in Minnesota, and eventually ICE will pull back. They make a scene, and eventually the deportations will slow, at least a little bit. To me, these people have to do real time, or this is going to continue.
You're right. And no, we're not doing enough. There needs to be zero tolerance on anybody impeding a law enforcement officer. We need DOJ to really step up on this and focus on this, because we got to send a message. When they start seeing consequences, when they start going to prison for doing stuff like that, because not only are they putting the ICE officer's life in danger, they're putting the community in danger, because this child rapist that we couldn't arrest for a month later, how many little kids did he rape in that month that he was walking around? And the 8 sexual predators that talked about Massachusetts, how many little kids did they rape while we're out looking for them because the jail system wouldn't give them to us or honor our detainers? What happened in Minnesota, what can happen in New York, it can happen in Virginia. You don't honor the detainers because there's some state law saying you can't? Fine, we'll litigate that in court. But in the meantime, you can pick the phone up and let us know when that guy's walking out. You don't have to hold him a minute past you will normally hold him. Just give us a call before you release him. We'll be there. There's nothing illegal about that. There's no state law that makes that illegal. So your sanctuary laws set aside. You can make that phone call. There's nothing wrong or illegal against any sanctuary policy for doing that. If you're really a sheriff, if you're really chief of police and law enforcement officer, do the right thing. At least give us prior notice before you release them.
All right, Tom, as always, great to see you, my friend.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube. And catch full shows streaming now on Fox 1.